Welcome to the Ambitious Coach Podcast. This is a place where driven, determined coaches learn how to get off the business growth struggle bus and learn how to build a wildly profitable online coaching business. I'm your host, Allison Henderson, corporate dropout to six-figure social media business coach. I'm going to show you how I've been able to create the business of my dreams organically, all through utilizing my social media platforms. So pull up a seat, take some notes, and get ready to see your life and bank account transform. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Ambitious Coach Podcast. Today's episode is designed for the sensitive souls, the introverts, the deep feelers, the ones who really want to grow their business, but just hate the idea of being an influencer or feeling like they have to be performing all the time. And if you've ever thought like, I am way too shy to build a business or way too shy to sell, or I'll never be successful if I don't love showing up on video every day, I want you to know that is absolutely not true. Selling as an introvert doesn't mean that you suddenly have to become like this loud, confident extrovert. It just means that you're going to sell differently. You're going to do your business differently. I know you probably feel deeply, but you probably want to sell more of like a soft sell, like quiet selling. And you are going to be selling through connection, not necessarily performance. So today I'm going to walk you through how to make sales as an introvert in a way that really feels grounded, safe, and just true to who you actually are. A few years ago, I had a client who had a hard time just even talking to me on the phone. I always said it sounded like she had angels sitting on her tongue. She was so beautiful, and just everything she said came out of her mouth. She was just so soft-spoken, and everything was just, like I said, like beautiful just coming off of her tongue. But she had such a hard time coming out of her shell and coming on video to really do or say anything. Her personality, her shyness, her being an introvert and just soft-spoken was her superpower. She ended up going on to make over $100,000 in her sleep consulting business in just a couple of years. And lots of women in business say that they're introverts, or maybe a mix of even introvert and extrovert. And a lot of the time, you wouldn't even know introverts actually have like this incredible advantage when it comes to sales. And you're naturally probably just good at listening. If you're an introvert right now or kind of have like that mix of introvert, extrovert, you're naturally just good at listening. You notice details and that subtle body language change when they're talking to you. You connect deeply one-on-one with people. And honestly, that's what great sales is. Remember, the lifeblood of your business is people, connecting with people. And it's not about creating a ton of reels. It's not about getting a ton of likes. It's about that connection and that safety that you provide. And you give people that feeling of just being comfortable. And that's when they say yes. And I want you to think of it like this. Your clients don't care if you are an extrovert or if you are loud or have 100,000 followers or just always showing up in a blazer with perfect hair and makeup, okay? They don't care. They care about whether they feel seen, heard, and understood, that they feel safe with you. And that's what everyone wants, someone who truly wants to help them and feel safe in their presence. And that's where the introverts shine. That's where you shine. So instead of thinking, I need to show up more, I want you trying to shift your perspective to, I need to show up authentically. I need to show up however I actually feel like it today in a way that feels natural and fun for me. Because your calm, grounded presence is actually really magnetic when you allow it to be. And that's what I've learned from coaching so many women over the years. And for the ones that really identify as an introvert, it's not that the selling really drains you. You actually don't mind necessarily the selling. It's that performance piece of not being your true self. That's the selling piece that really drains you, that feeling that you need to be someone you're not. You don't have to do anything that you don't actually want to do. And that's in life and business, by the way. Yes, entrepreneurship will expand you and stretch you, and likely you're going to be doing things that you probably have never done before, because it's not like you're born just knowing how to sell and market on the internet, right? You're going to have to learn these things. You're going to have to try new things. And yes, it's uncomfortable, but it doesn't mean that you have to do something that truly feels out of alignment with who you are as a person. Trying to sound like everybody else, nope, we don't have to do that. Trying to be loud and confident when you're naturally just soft-spoken, but you probably have like a warm, loving energy for sure, right? And you don't necessarily have to be posting like 3 times a day just because like someone says you should, right? To get clients and to, grow your following. You don't need to do any of that. Selling can feel safe when it's about helping others. It's about service, right? It's not about being in the spotlight and going viral, right? So instead of forcing yourself to show up everywhere, focus on depth. Focus on depth over reach. And what I mean by this is I want you nurturing the people who are already following you, creating thoughtful, long form posts, even like long form content is actually really helpful for introverts. This could be an email as well. Maybe showing your face every single day isn't really your marketing strategy yet, and that's okay. Maybe you send more voice notes to potential clients, and this really helps them feel that you are compassionate, you have empathy, and that, yeah, you just really give a crap about your clients. We can feel that in voice memos. We can feel that in video as well. But like, if you wanted to start small, voice memos are great. You can also have just really meaningful conversations in the DMs. This is where collaborations, this is where you really shine there with people who are just like you, who really want to help share their gifts with the world and really just, help their clients get the results that they're looking for. These, I would say, quiet, subtle touch points build so much more trust than just trying to go viral, okay? Remember, you don't need everybody to notice you. You don't need this huge audience to actually make the money you want to make. You just need a select few people that really feel deeply connected to you. So let's talk about visibility, because this might scare you a little bit. Because I know for so many introverts, that's really the hardest part, the thought of showing your face on video, and that can really just make somebody go completely into anxiety mode. Okay. And we don't want to do that. I don't want to stress you out. So here's what I tell my clients when they are really scared to go on video. You don't need to go from like 0 to doing reels daily. You can start small. Maybe it's recording a short story video that's maybe 30 seconds. You can maybe do 60 seconds. You might be surprised with yourself when you start hitting that record button. Just pick a topic or pick something that's so easy to talk about. You could also try doing a voiceover. So it's not even your face, but a voiceover with some photos of you. Maybe it's you playing with your kids, just like behind the scenes of your business. It could just be something really simple. And this could also just be like 20 or 30 seconds. Don't feel like you need to record these long, epic storytelling voiceovers. It could be something just really short and sweet. Another thing that you can do is sharing a carousel post that just shares, maybe it's just your story or one of your clients' stories, or this could be like a mini journal entry about motherhood or parenting, life, whatever that is. So sharing your story or just something that recently happened to you that your audience could really learn from. So I know being vulnerable can be really uncomfortable, but that is a lot of what people are attracted to these days. And I know for an introvert, this could be hard, but once again, this is one of those things for you that is going to expand you. So little by little, I want you expanding your comfort zone here, okay? And each of these small little action steps are going to help your nervous system. And your nervous system will quickly start to realize like, hey, it's actually safe to post this. It's safe to talk about this. I am okay to come on and share my story. It's okay to come on and share my face and on video. And even just your thoughts on life and all the things. It's okay to be seen. That's eventually what your nervous system is going to do. Being visible is a skill. This is a muscle that you are going to get stronger and stronger at. It's not necessarily this personality trait that you have been born with. You know what I mean? So it does take time to get here. And you never have to be somebody you're not on the internet or even in person, right? Like, remember that. You are already at this, of who you are right now, you are already a likable and lovable person, just the way you are. And the more that you practice in a way that does feel aligned to you, the more natural it becomes. I actually would love for you to really think about like what would be fun for you to come on the internet and be who you want to be. Like, what are your quirky things that you like to do? What are like your silly things that you like to talk about? Like, just be yourself. Just be yourself. And I want to remind you that selling isn't just about strategy, which I love talking about and I love teaching, but it's also about the energy behind it. So before you hop on a discovery call or like hit post, kind of check in with yourself. Do I feel grounded right now? Am I leading from this place of service, or is this coming from a fear? Am I really, really nervous because like I feel like I have to perform on the sales call, right? Like there's a lot of things that pop up for us when we start businesses, and this is going to be one of them. Like, do you constantly feel like you get to be somebody you're not? Or, this might also be a question like, can I let go of the outcome and just really focus on connecting with somebody, like having a deep conversation with them? Introverts, you might be an introvert though that like doesn't want to talk to anybody. Well, I'm going to tell you though, unfortunately in your business, you will have to talk to people. Yes, it could be overwritten format. Like it's fine if you just want to text people. I get that. You can also do more voice notes. Like for my one-on-one clients, we have video calls, right, once a week, but also throughout the week, I do voice texting back with them. It's not necessarily me always having to be on video, okay? So I really want you to know that you can build a really successful business without necessarily having to be on video all the time, okay? Your energy really just speaks louder than your words. And if you show up grounded, calm, and confident, people can feel that. And they want to buy from somebody who does feel safe and trustworthy. I want you to remember why you started this business in the first place. I know you want to help people deeply, and you also want to make money for your family and to just live an extraordinary life. So if you've been telling yourself that your introversion is holding you back, I hope today really showed you that it's actually one of your superpowers. Your quiet confidence, your empathy, you really just truly want to help people deeply. Those are really magnetic to people. Those are what make people like you really unforgettable. You don't have to be shouting from the rooftops to be heard. You just have to speak your truth in your own voice, in your own way. And that is how introverts can make a lot of money, okay? So yes, you will be expanding yourself. Yes, you will be doing things that you probably normally wouldn't be doing because you're trying to build a business. But a lot of introverts see themselves over time slowly, I don't want to say becoming an extrovert because that's not necessarily what you have to do, but you're going to see that, hey, it's not so bad when I come on here and talk to the camera. It's not so bad when I show my face. Like, once again, your nervous system will start to go, I'm okay. This is a safe space for me to be myself. All right, babe, that is it for you today. I would love for you to challenge yourself, okay? And record a video today. Do that little 30 seconds of just you going on your stories and talking about something you're so confident in. And if you are somebody that has been doing this for a while and you're like, okay, I've kind of got out of my shell, maybe this is one of those days where like you do something that you normally wouldn't have done before. Like maybe you ask somebody if you guys can do a live together. Maybe you ask somebody to do a presentation for their group. I know that this stuff is hard, but to build a business, yes, you're going to be expanding yourself. You're going to be stretching these limits of your like being an introvert. And over time, it's not going to be so hard. It's not going to be so bad. All right, everyone, thank you so much for listening to this week's episode. I really appreciate you tuning in every single week. And yes, I'll see you again next week. Bye, everyone. Thank you for listening to the Ambitious Coach podcast today. A couple favors before you go. If you found this episode helpful, please take a screenshot and share it on Instagram. Most importantly, don't forget to tag me at AllisonHenderson_coach. That's ALLISON Henderson_coach. And lastly, please take a minute to rate this episode and leave a raving review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you tune in to listen. Okay, ambition is great, but it's time to get to work. Take action and commit to being 1% better every day. Once again, thank you for tuning in, and I will see you again next week.